Hello, Helen here. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to do another Valentine's card today. This one's using the Eclipse technique. I haven't done this one myself before, but I have seen it on Pinterest and lots of other places, so I'm going to give it a go today. I'm going to be using this gorgeous die cut tape that Altenew have produced in the last few months. But it's new to me. This is the first time I'm going to be using it. So it's a die cut strip of beautiful watercolour flowers and greenery, and it's been put on to stick, so it's like a sticker with a backing sheet. So you peel it off the backing sheet and you can use it on your cards in many different ways. The other thing I'm going to use is these large alphabet framelet dies. They are quite big. They are 5 centimeters tall, so they should fill up my card quite nicely. So I'm going to use LOVE and spell love across the card. But first I need to put the die tape down, and I've been trying to work out whether I want it just from the top or the bottom or right through the middle, and I think I've decided I'm going to do it in the middle. I'm going to be stamping a secondary stamp. It's going to sit underneath the word love that says you more today than yesterday, so it'll say love you more today than yesterday. The Eclipse technique's been around for a while, but I haven't attempted it before. So what you do is cut out, in most cases that you see it'll be letter dies, but you can do shapes as well, out of a either patterned front of your card or can be done perfectly plain, and then you put the die cut that you've just cut out onto layers of the same shape, or in my case I'm going to do craft foam, but you can do it with 3 or 4 of the same die cut and mount it up so it's raised up from the your card panel, and you usually use a quite contrasting colour underneath so that it stands out from whatever the pattern or the plain part of your front card is, and then you reset it back into where you've just cut it out so that it's the pattern or design is continuous across the card, but then your letters or your word sticks out and contrasts a little bit so that you can see whatever the sentiment is that you're writing with the letter dies. I hope that explains it. So I lay my letters over the die tape and space them out how I want them. I'll just use a T ruler to make sure that they're all level at the bottom, and then I'm going to sit them down with a little bit of washi tape, but I'm going to be quite careful because I'm not sure how robust the die tape's going to be with taking it back off again. But it turned out that it was actually fine, so really good quality. Then I'll run that through the big shot to cut that out. Now I'm going to carefully peel the washi tape off to make sure that I don't damage the die tape, and then I'm going to make sure that I put the letters in the right way, especially the O, so that I can put it back in the right way so that the pattern continues, and also saving the centre of the O because that's going to need to go back in. I'll then cut out the letters again with the black craft foam, and they'll be stuck on to the backs of the pattern die cuts that I've just cut out. Once I've glued the letters, I press them under an acrylic block just to make sure that they stayed flat while they dried a little bit, and while they're doing that I'll get the secondary sentiment done. So I'm going to stamp that on some red card with Versamark sticky ink, and then put some white embossing powder onto that, and then heat set it. Now I've got all the components ready, I can start putting the card together. So I'll get the card panel and I'm going to put some tape runner. I've got this Gina K tape runner around the outside of the card panel, the back of the card panel, and then I'm going to put some strips on the middle part where the letters will be of the card base, which is exactly the same size. And then I can lay my card panel down, leaving the letters exposed where I'm going, and with the tape runner behind, so that I can then put my letters back into the spaces. And here's why it's necessary to hang on to the centre part of the O when you do the die cutting, because you really need to put it back in to keep the pattern continuous. And here's the card slightly side on. You can see with the dark or the contrasting colour, you can see that it keeps the letters separate from the actual design. So I think that's why it's called the Eclipse technique. So I'm just going to put some foam tape onto the back of the sentiment, and then I'll tuck it in underneath the word, the letters. So that's the card finished. Now I am going to just show you how I do my inserts for my cards. I get asked this question a lot in the comment section, and I do keep it very simple. I'm just going to use a paper that goes with it. So in this case I'm going to use red, and it's just photocopy grade 80 GSM paper that I have, and I'm going to just fold it, I'll measure it on the open card with about a 5mm gap right round, and then I just fold it where the fold line of the card is, and then I can fold it completely along that line, and then I'll trim it with a craft knife and ruler along where the two parts meet, along the full length, and then I'll put it back into the card with the same space around it, and measure on the other side and mark it with a pencil about 5mm in, and then I'll trim that, and then I'll put some fine double-sided tape along the top edge and put that into the card facing up along the fold line, and then put the front of the card down to make it stick, and then that, when you lift the card up, it opens up and opens the insert up.